All right, thank you guys. The Rangers take on the Hurricanes. 12 p.m. Eastern puck drop. The Canes are minus 133. Totals 5.5, juice to the over. The Rangers are plus a $1.10 on the money line. And if you like the Rangers to keep this one close, they're minus 250, catching the goal and a half. I'm 4-0 my last four MLB tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. I'm also 2-0 my last two crowd pleaser teasers on that site as well. If you want access to these premium selections, link for that website is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. It looks like we got Igor Shesterkin for the Rangers, Peter Mrazek for the Hurricanes. Mrazek has a 2.69 goals against average and a 905 save percentage. Now, the Canes won their last three straight heading into the shutdown. They held their opponents to just 2 goals per contest on average in those 3 victories. Sebastian Aho led the team in goals with 38. Teuvo Teravainen led in assists with 48. The Canes are in the top 10 in scoring, top 3 in shots on goal. They're also giving up just 2.8 goals per contest and rank in the top 3 in shots allowed. They're taking on a Rangers club who dropped 5 out of their last 7 heading into the shutdown themselves. They actually gave up 4.14 goals per contest on average during that stretch. The Rangers rank in the bottom 10 in goals allowed, bottom 3 in shots allowed. Stahl, Haley, and Kreider are still listed as questionable. Lemieux is out. Now, total-wise, 3 out of New York's last 4 contests got over the total of 5.5 goals. 7 out of their last 9 also got over that number. Meanwhile, on the Hurricane side, their last 2 straight regular season games got over the 5.5 themselves. Give me the Hurricanes winning this one outright in the over 5.5 in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, I just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Saturday's NHL hockey action, but before we dive into some more of that, I just have to quickly remind you once again that, what do I have to remind you of? Oh, we are currently 4-0 in our last 4 MLB tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also 3-1 in our last 4 board member tier package plays on that site as well. If you want some more information on how you can join in on the action and access these picks, the link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we're going to take a look at the Blackhawks taking on the Oilers, 3 p.m. Eastern start time. The Oilers are minus 145, total 6 goals. The Blackhawks are plus $1.25 to win it. We got Corey Crawford slated for the Blackhawks. Looks like Mike Smith for the Oilers. Now, this Edmonton squad, they dropped 3 out of their previous 4 games heading into the shutdown. They're currently in the bottom 3 in shots on goal. They're taking on a Chicago club who's expected to start Corey Crawford. We're looking at 2.77 goals against and a .917 save percentage. Chicago won 5 out of their last 7 heading into the lockdown. Patrick Kane leads the charge with 33 goals and 84 total points. Jonathan Toews is the assist leader with 42. Dom Kubalik is right behind Kane with 30 goals on the season. The Blackhawks went an impressive 25-11 against the spread away from home this season. And of course, when I refer to the spread in hockey, I'm actually referring to the puck line. Anyway, Chicago's 4-1 straight up in their last 5 against a Pacific Division opponent. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Chicago's last 3 stayed under the total of 6 goals. Meanwhile, Edmonton saw just 2 out of their last 8 get over that number. So, with all that said and done, give me the Blackhawks plus 1.5, getting the job done on the puck line in the under 6 goals in that contest. All right, next matchup I have for you, it is going to be the Panthers taking on the Islanders, 4 p.m. Eastern start time. The Islanders are the $1.18 favorite. Totals 5.5, juiced 20 cents to the under. Florida's the minus 105 underdog on the money line. And if you like them to cover, the Panthers are minus 275, catching the 1.5. We got Bobrovsky slated for the Panthers, Varlamov for the Islanders. The Islanders lost their last 7 straight regular season games, ice cold heading into the lockdown. They're just 2-10-2 in their last 13. 2-10 and 1 in their last 13. Edmonton ranks in the bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 5 in shots on goal. They're averaging just 2.8 goals per contest on average for the season. They're taking on a Florida club, who won their last 2 straight. 22 puck line cashes out of 34 games on the road this year. The Panthers are in the top 5 in scoring away from home, top 10 in shots on goal. Now, Hoffman leads the team in goals with 29, Huberdeau in points and assists. And when it comes to the total in this one, Florida's last 5 straight stayed under the total of 5.5 goals. 8 out of their last 11 against an Atlantic Division opponent stayed under the total as well. Meanwhile, the Islanders on the other side, 3 out of their last 6 stayed under the 5.5 themselves. They actually went 23-10 to the under away from home this season. Give me the Panthers minus 105 and the under 5.5 in that game. Next contest, Canadiens squaring off against the Penguins, 8 p.m. Eastern start time. The Pens are the minus 175 favorite. That's the longest shot here, or the biggest price here. Numbers 5.5 juice to the under. Montreal's plus $1.40 to win it. And if you like the Canadiens to cover here, they're minus $2 catching the goal and a half. Looks like Carey Price for the Habs, Matt Murray for the Pens. Murray's 20-11 with 1 shootout on the season, 287 goals against average as well. Pittsburgh won 3 out of their previous 5 games before lockdown. They scored 16 total goals in those 3 victories. They currently rank in the top 10 in scoring, and Brian Rust leads the Pen in goals. He's got 27 on the season. He's also plus 14 when on the ice. Evgeny Malkin's the leader in points with 74, including 49 total assists. It looks like Gensel should be back for this game, so keep an eye on him. The Pens are 7-2-1 in their last 10 head-to-head meetings with Montreal. And when it comes to the total in this one, Pittsburgh's last 5 straight got over the total of 5.5 goals. 7 out of their last 10 also got over that number. Meanwhile, on the Montreal side, 8 out of their last 11 games got over that number themselves. Give me the Penguins minus 1.5. In the over 5.5 in that game. And with that said, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be the Winnipeg Jets taking on the Calgary Flames, 10:30 p.m. Eastern puck drop. Calgary's minus 133, totals 5.5, juiced 25 points to the over. The Jets are the plus 110 underdog. And if you like Winnipeg to cover, they're minus 250 catching the goal and a half. Looks like Connor Hellebuck for the Jets, Mike Vernon for the Flames. No, I'm just kidding. Just wanted to make sure you were paying attention. No, we're talking about David Riddick for the Flames. And speaking of Riddick, better bring his A game because this Calgary defense, they do give up their fair share of shots per game. They rank in the bottom 10 in shots on goal. They're also just 42% against the spread for the season. And once again, I'm referring to puck line cashes. They're taking on a Winnipeg squad who went into the shutdown winners of their last 4 straight. Starting to heat up going into the shutdown. They gave up just 1.2 goals per contest on average during that streak. They're 24-10 ATS away from home. Connor leads the club in goals with 38. Scheifele in assists with 44. And when it comes to the scoring in this one, 4 out of the Jets' last 6 stayed under the total of 5.5 goals. Meanwhile, the Flames on the other side saw 3 out of their last 4 stay under that number themselves. 7 out of Calgary's last 10 head-to-head meetings with Winnipeg stayed under the total as well. So with all that said and done, give me the Winnipeg Jets plus $1.10 and the under 5.5 in that contest. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you decide to pull, the trigger and sign up for a package, just keep in mind we bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you sign up today, you're going to get billed today and then tomorrow. So you may want to hold off until tomorrow. But if you can't wait, if you need to get the plays for Friday today, if you need to get them now, websites in the link in the description section below. But once again, I got to remind you that we bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday or Saturday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.